All right, everybody. Hello. I'm Professor McCoy. Welcome back to Fable 3. Let's get back into things, shall we? We've still got quite a few side quests and whatnot to do tonight. Evening, Imsimp.
Hide those moles and look like a dog.
What's this? What's this about? I've got a little heart thing. Huh. Gnomes. Huh? Hi, Grace. How are you doing today? I'm doing pretty well. Lisa is amorous. Does that mean that she needs her husband home? Is that what's going on?
Hi.
Well, she's not at home, so obviously not. Anyway. Alright, so, anyway, good evening, everybody.
Yeah.
Alright, on we go.
That's some sweet moves.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, we've got some side quests to do. I could make best friends with blacksmithing. I'm gonna make best friends with blacksmithing. Why is he like that? That's weird.
I'm backing you all the way.
See, at least that was a relatively
Any good?
Yes.
no homo kind of hug.
I could give you more than just friendship. If you're
No,
interested.
no.
I'm so happy. I've been wanting to go out with you for ages.
I'm still waiting. Take my hand.
See, I kind of thought that was a relatively hetero hug, but I guess not. Alright, well anyway, I'm going to leave him hanging, because he got the wrong impression there.
Used to be another shop here.
Absolutely the wrong impression.
Hello.
Oh no. It is entirely possible that Grace and Imsimp can once again not see each other. And seeing as Imsimp was not in the chat on Friday, I have no way of knowing whether this is a persistent issue. Goodbye. I'll save up a bit for some bigger deal ones. Ah, yes. See, yeah, that is a great way of describing Celasta, Imsimp. Imsimp says to thank my wife for introducing him to Celasta, which, I mean, you did on Discord, but I will extend that as well once again. That he says it is the Sunday away from Sunday. That is just about the perfect way to describe Celasta. It is just about the best substitute for real D&D that you will ever get in a video game.
If I were rich, I'd give loads of
Yeah, Imsimp, kicking off Gay Month with a hug. Yeah, well, I should have known better than to hug a man on the 1st of June. Should have known better. I really should have. Nah. Not big into houses. We could do businesses though. I would like to drop that quest. How do I do that? I'm gonna skip that one. Okay, betting on the race. Samuel the librarian. I'm already right there, so. Oh, he just wants me to give him books I've been collecting. Yeah, I can do that. That's easy peasy. Good deal. Jameson says, I think if you had someone who had no idea how to play D&D, have them play Solasta, learn the mechanics. I had no idea how spells work in D&D, but now I know about preparing spells during your long rest. Hey, there you go. I mean, to be fair, that does kind of depend on your class. Different classes know or prepare spells differently, but still. Any of this? Yeah, I'm good there. Yeah, there are different classes in D&D that their spells work a bit differently. It used to be even more differently, but in older editions.
Stamp my renewal. It's you.
Stamp my renewal.
The hero who entered the reliquary and survived. How splendid to have you back at the Academy. From the moment we first met, I knew you were someone who understood the value of knowledge, of learning. It's one of the things that sets you apart from your brother. As you know, King Logan closed the Academy and cut all our funding. I don't know whether he considers education a waste of time or a threat to his power. Your father believed
very Stargate
archive information
movie, at least,
and make it available to all. And I share that belief. We have many books here, yet many more languish in obscurity. If they're not found, their wisdom will be lost forever. The Academy needs a hero as much as the people of Albion do. Will you help us to retrieve these rare tomes?
Of course.
Oh,
I need 30 of
gods
them.
Of documentation. The Academy will continue to grow. Of course, it will still be closed by royal decree, but let us tackle one problem at a time. Whenever you find a book in your travels, bring it to my desk, and I will give it a good home. I know of several that exist and have already prepared displays for them.
Okay, nice.
All you have to do is to place them accordingly.
Sounds good. I will now do that.
Oh, well
Grease
done. Well
one
done.
large round
Another
cake
one.
pan. Combine flour, eggs, butter, sugar and salt in a large mixing bowl.
No, I already
Beat
did that.
thoroughly,
Please
then
stop. I
pour
don't want
mixture
to
into cake
do this
pans,
anymore.
Bake for 30 minutes and allow to cool.
Which one is that?
Nut.
I can't wait
This
to have a
select your own
read.
adventure.
is,
Okay.
in fact, perfectly safe. And most appropriate for right before your mum discovers you've done any of the other things described in my book.
Another book for the Academy.
That'd be a crack shot.
Wonderful.
I think I've already read that one. That'd be a Master Swordsman. I'm pretty sure I've already read this
So
one as well.
heartwarming to see those books coming
Okay.
in. I really cannot thank you enough.
Well, those are our books. Wonderful. Ray said, this is very Monday tech bug vibes with me not being able to see in 2 Fable streams. We don't count Greedfall on Friday since Imsimp was not present. Yeah, we were not able to test that. But last week you were both able to see Baze, at least, as well as Erica. So we have a strange issue here where it's just the two of you who are effectively blocked. Effectively blocked from one another. Oh, excuse me. Apparently through no fault of your own, which is very strange. I don't know. I don't get it. Quite weird. Can I buy this? 51,000? That's a lot, but yeah, let's do it. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, all right.
That is a lot.
I've got a present for you. Because I like you so much.
Yeah.
You're my favorite customer.
You won't
Hope you
find
enjoy it.
anything better
Globe,
than all
that's
the
nice.
Thank you for your
stuff I'm
custom.
selling
I'd
right
like
here.
you to have this.
What'd you get me?
I'm glad
take a
I've
bookcase.
got a mate like you. Anytime.
Honey, what do you think?
What you say we have a quick roll in the A?
What?
That's a great look.
Sure. Let's. Why not? We need to go to our home in that case. Let's see how this goes. Huh?
Let me know if you have trouble finding
Ah, yes, that is a good point. Imsimp says hello to Grace, and that it is probably because of Trump embargoed Canada, which is that's entirely possible. I won't rule it out.
See you then.
I close our door. Oh, that's not how that works. Okay.
You're irresistible. Let's have some fun.
Sure.
Hey, you fancy a trip to paradise?
We just did that. Didn't we just do that?
Maybe you're what I've been waiting for.
Can't find some
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Might have to look elsewhere for my shopping. Oh, I'm not a praying woman,
Okay.
but
This is quite
You can grab hold of me whenever you want.
okay. There we go. This is quite
I
like
never wanted you so badly.
that work. All right. Well, we've consummated the marriage. Well done. Well done, hero. I don't get a narration for that one. Hey, whoa, Imsip. That is not a common wench. That is my wife. That is the dear wife of the dear prince and hero of the land. A common woman become princess, if you will.
There's a job might suit you if you're good with your hands.
Grace says if it was an embargo in Canada, we wouldn't be able to read your messages because you are in Canada. That is a good point. Maybe it's maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it's just maybe it's California. Maybe California is the problem. I'm always ready to blame California for almost anything that goes wrong. Oh hey, is there another escaped prisoner for me to hunt down and beat the heck out of?
Another villain's gone on the run. Can you help us out again?
Again, not my wife, his wife. We have a hero here who we're piloting, telling the story thereof.
If you aren't just the greatest, most goodest of all.
All right, so yeah, Imsim said about Solasta. I like how it shows you blocks and how far things are. The thing I wish we could do on Sundays was vertical maps. Yeah, that's hard. I'm in a dungeon with a lot of verticality, floating books, puzzle. Oh, I remember that one. That was a good one. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun.
Please.
Yeah, that is unfortunately really difficult to do with Foundry. It doesn't do that well. There are virtual tabletops that do it. Tailspire is, I think, one that does maps quite well, but doesn't actually do any of the dice or math or stuff like that.
Welcome to my shop.
It's just for maps, but it does like fully 3D environments and it measures vertical distance and stuff like that. Yeah, Grace, you are probably right that it is a YouTube related issue. That is a. Hey, wait a minute. Get back here.
Sail!
Excuse me. I need to catch you in front of my wife. That was not what I anticipated. Okay.
You seem so great.
He's running straight into the arms of the cop. Got ya.
You're not going to take me alive, copper. Oh, all right then, just this once.
Yes. Let's go
Come with
somewhere
me.
good.
You do both have it set to live chat rather
What
than
you doing this
like top
for
chat or
anyway?
whatever, right?
Did they put a bounty on me head? I can offer you more.
I'll buy your stuff, okay?
Ah, another villain for the cage.
Got him.
Keep this up and we'll have the entire criminal underworld locked up in no time. Thanks for your help. Make sure you come back soon. There'll be more work, I can just feel it.
Excellent. I forget, what did this demon door want? too, buddy, but, like... Try not to be so creepy about the yawn.
Is there anything you...
Not doing that. That one's silly. All right, that's all for here, I think.
could show me? Anything you could create for me?
Forget, what does it want?
Are you married? Perhaps the two of you together could create something beautiful and pure?
Okay, let's try that. Hey, honey, come here.
Sure, love.
Let's go make out in front of this this demon door. How about that?
Your
Chat.
Buzz is giving people nightmares. You're so wonderful, I can't believe
James, if you don't have Grace blocked, maybe she can check if she accidentally blocked or reported me. I think she checked that last week and it wasn't.
If not gone,
It's worth checking again, I guess, but... I don't know.
every movement, every instinct you have is shaped by years of pain and struggle.
No?
No, this is not what I seek.
What do you seek? Oh, God. Okay. Door? What is it? Yeah, MSim says he only has one user blocked from eons ago. We don't even recall who they were. Okay, so that's actually something worth yapping about, I suppose. I have almost no one blocked on any social media, with very rare exceptions. The only people I ever block on social media are people who are legitimate direct threats to me.
You look really stylish.
By that I mean people who issue credible threats.
That's a fine item.
And that includes people who incredibly, I guess I would say, accuse me of crimes.
Bit of a shortage.
By that I mean, specifically, most of the people I have blocked on social media are
happy to be of service.
people who, especially during COVID,
have a shortage of some goods. Great money
don't
for
need that, I
anyone
can
who can
sell.
help out. Always happy to buy your unwanted items.
people who during COVID were doing things like literally threatening to call the police because I admitted to having, large gatherings and whatever.
Let me buy your unwanted items. Fair price paid.
No, I need that. Ragdoll, I will need that. Perfume? A toy gun? Kids get that eventually one day.
Never seen anything like that.
Mirror, flowers, chocolates. Weapons. Clothes.
I've never wanted you so badly.
Hi there. How can
Excuse me. I'm... We just got up.
I'll buy anything. Well, almost anything.
But yeah, that is the only way that I actually block somebody on social media, is if I think that they are genuine to me and have made it very clear that they intend to be a real and genuine threat to me. Which is quite rare, frankly. It was a lot more common between like 2020 and 2022 or 3. Basically just, during COVID, so to speak. I should upgrade my gun, but I can't afford to yet. Can't afford to upgrade my gun yet. Hooligan, blacksmith. Nothing over here. Loot hero. Yeah, nothing. I need like 60 to upgrade my gun. Alright. My god, you... See, that's the thing. Imsimp, you say most of the accounts you have blocked on Facebook are from middle and high school. People you haven't seen in over a decade. Yeah, I went to middle school before Facebook existed.
So come on,
And I went to Facebook before before young people were allowed on it. What's this want? Inspiration for Tale of Heroes. I don't think that's gonna really. No. I'm gonna go to my house. Oops. Go to my hunting lodge. See how that is. It's all quite nice. Nice and cozy. See, this is where I should just go and hang out if I'm going to yap about a topic for a while. Because it's very nice. I like what they do with the internal layouts of a lot of these buildings, where there's... I don't really like that there's only an external stair, but I do like the effect that it gives to the house of having this, like, open foyer plus balcony and then, like, closed off, like, separate bedroom kind of thing. I like this. I like the layout that this produces. Like, I would like to live in a house with something like this layout, with the big foyer and the sitting room underneath the upper sitting room or whatever. It is a little small for like a real house to live in, frankly, but as far as like number of rooms and that sort of thing, but it is quite nice. Dig it. Wait. Oh no! I did. Okay, I didn't see the Veranos comment, but it is there. My opinion on Veranos' muscle cuirass is no nipples. No, I do not think that any kind of cuirasses should have visible nipples. This opinion is also about Batman. Was it Batman Forever? Oh, there's a gnome here that I haven't found in the Dweller camp. No quests, though. Mercenary camp, no quests. Silver Pine. What is this place, anyway? Ooh. There's a tomb, huh? I'm gonna try and open the tomb. How about that? Oh, hello. Alright then. That's fascinating. Well, the dog wants me to dig, so I guess I'll dig up this grave. Sim says, if I shove an enemy, I have to roll extra piercing damage to take out an enemy's eyes. No. There are... I don't know if they're in the standard player's handbook, but I think the DMG has spiked armor. Like armor spikes. And I think it basically it only deals damage when grappling. This is a bad idea. Why am I doing this?
Who goes there?
Hello?
Is that you, Captain?
Yes? No, maybe.
You must be one of the new recruits. Watch your back. The captain's already had Seth killed. He can't be trusted. But we must still follow orders. And these are yours, soldier. Place the skull you found on the altar at the burial ground. It's the only way. You understand? The only way.
The only way. It's the only way. Okay. Am I accidentally participating in some dark necromantic ritual? Is that what's going on? I hope not. I hope this is going to bring peace to some wandering spirit and not... That one. Okay. Oh, hello. Hi there. Hey, Alex, you were killed, weren't you? Imsim says, I did send the nipless picture. Yes, you did. Those were modified images linked to the originals, but I have... I know some prerequisites on how he looks now with silver-plated steel and chainmail protecting the gaps.
And we followed it. That's what we do. We follow orders.
Okay, so they shot both soldiers were executed. Okay, gotcha. Which, I mean, that is essentially what half-plate is. It is breastplate and a few other pieces with chainmail filling in gaps. Like the idea. Where does it want me to go? Oh. Dog. This is weird. Yeah, that's always what I recommend Imsimp, doing the like commemorative artwork after the campaign, because it is absolutely a superstition, but still, what's this? It is extremely common for somebody to commission like really high quality art of a character and then the character dies almost immediately. It's actually quite common. I stabbed him so hard he flew away. Oh, well, never mind. You're good, doggy. Anyway, so one of the some of the things that have been going on lately are funny, and some of the things that have been going on are quite horrific and tragic. But so funny thing. There we go. I was in a comment section on Facebook with Spike Cohen. If you know Spike Cohen, he was the vice presidential candidate on the Libertarian Party ticket back in 2020. He was Joe Jorgensen's running mate. And he's mostly a social media guy. He's a shit poster. Which is really who you want to be running for vice president, I think. I'm only half joking about that. Silver Pines. I have to search all of Silver Pines. Okay, wonderful. That's great. Where even am I? Oh, I'm all the way down. Oh. Oh. Where am I? Am I not on the map? I don't think I'm on the map. Weird. Ooh, what's this? Some kind of a harbor here. How do I get there? It's fast travel. Yeah, okay. Oh, this is a cute little village.
You should go somewhere nice and peaceful. Like a cemetery.
This is a cemetery. Just despise you.
I've been looking forward to this shopping spree all week.
It's okay round here.
Yeah.
As long as
you're
you're
in so rich anyway.
What can I do for you then? Oh, I'm sure you'll find something you like. You won't be disappointed. Looking good.
Whoa! All right!
Yeah, nice.
Good one.
Maybe I will buy this little business here, huh? 25,000 though.
You should be a model or something.
It's a lovely part of the world.
Maybe not.
Something special for that someone special.
It's kind of in the middle of nowhere too. I expect it probably doesn't have too much revenue. Anyway, so I was in Spike Cohen's comment section, and he recently, relatively recently, within the last couple of years, converted to Christianity. He had he was just sort of a internet atheist type, I guess, maybe agnostic, but he recently converted to Christianity a couple years back, and it's taken it very seriously. However, he is a Lutheran, if I'm not mistaken.
Now finish it off with
Eat rusty steel and die.
Next time, it's him before he hits you.
Watch out! The bugger's custom. That dog bit my mate! You're rubbish.
Okay. Alright, I'm doing the thing. Anyway, so he, presumably in honor of Trinity Sunday, which, I mean, I will honor that as well, given the thumbnail of this very live stream. But he posted a large section of the Athanasian Creed, the part about the Trinity, of course. Yay! I got the legs of the wolf.
Fault. I couldn't disobey a direct order, could I? The captain made me do it. But Seth was my friend.
Ooh.
He was my only friend. Sorry, Seth.
The captain basically made them
So
execute each
sorry.
other, didn't he? Jesus. Yeah, that's brilliant. That is bleak. Okay. Moving right along. Let's see if going south, I think this is south, will get me to that new area. Is this me? That's not me. God, this is just inscrutable. These maps. They're not very useful. Excellent. All well and truly taken care of. Yes, doggy? There's a thing? A quest thing? Yes? Ooh, here we go. Oh. Well, hello. What's this? A chest? Is this where it is? Ah! Hello, hello.
The captain told me to bury it. He was scared there'd be a mutiny if the others found out. Said it was for the good of the squad. But all he wanted was the weapon. He lied to me. He lied to us all.
What are you talking about? Well, I guess I have to go and return this. Huh? Excuse me. Anyway. Yeah, anyway, so he was, Spike was, he posted a section of the Athanasian Creed about the Trinity. Now, he had he of course modified it-ish, interpreted it, let's say, in a particular way, in a particular Lutheran sort of way, by, in the beginning of the Creed, where it says, this is the true Catholic faith. He was very careful to include a lowercase c, and to point that out in a comment. That, of course, the C in the Creed is, I think he even said was, the C in the Creed was a lowercase. To which, of course, I had to point out that when the Athanasian Creed was composed, there was no such thing as lowercase letters. In fact, lowercase letters were invented sometime later, a couple hundred years later, by Catholic monks. Capital C Catholic monks, so to speak. If you're not familiar with this is the form of writing referred to as Carolingian minuscule, which is an adaptation of the Roman alphabet to include upper and lowercase letters. This is, like I said, a relative novelty. This only came in the 9th century, if I'm not mistaken. Something along those lines. How close am I to this? But yeah, it came substantially after the Athanasian Creed. Of course, the Athanasian Creed does not intend to refer to the Catholic Church as something distinct from Christianity, the church that Christ established, because there was no such distinction at the time. And so, if there was no distinction between lowercase and capital C Catholic, so to speak, until the 16th century, until the to refer to it perhaps overly charitably, the Lutheran schism, or the Protestant Revolution, whichever you want to call it. Hello, Wolf. Hello, Wolf. You don't look friendly. Are you friendly? Hi, where you going? Hello, Seth. Oh. Does he want me to go in there? Guess he wants me to go in there. Hey, Seth. So, I guess they had to kill a dog, or a wolf, for some I don't know, dark power or something. Anyway, yeah, the distinction between what we today use as Wolfsbane and the Great Lupine Wars over 1,000 years ago.
And I have sworn death on all who touch it.
Oh, great. Hi, Dan.
Soldiers, your captain needs you. Kill the thief.
No, don't do that. Okay.
I thought you were a decent fellow, but I was wrong.
Oh, you're way too far. These guys over 1,000 years ago were using guns? There we go. The mystery of the Silver Pines ghosts has been resolved. You've made Seth whole again, and he can at last rest in peace. Ghost Dog! I have brought peace to Ghost Dog. Right, now what? I need to find out a way south out of Silver Pines. I need to go to that harbor, whatever it is. Anyway, like I was saying, it's this distinction between uppercase and lowercase Catholic, so to speak, is a wholly modern invention of the 16th century because before then it was meaningless. There was only the Catholic Church, capital C. Right? It was the church founded by Christ, which has both a visible and invisible aspect, and those more or less coincided until the Great Schism between East and West. But even that, Catholic was not used, at least not often, to differentiate between what we today call the Catholic Church and what we today call the Orthodox Church. They were more or less, my knowledge at least, referred to by their specific patriarchates, and they were typically it was laid out that these are the patriarchs in schism or some such, right, something like that. Leo is working on the schism slowly but surely. I hope both of them, really, both great schisms, the 11th century one and the 16th century one. I'd like for both of those to be cured, to be healed eventually, and I trust that they will be in some way or another. But we can only pray that it is that those are healed on this side of the eschaton, but we'll see. We can do is hope and pray, right? Yeah, what's going on here? Okay, so I'm coming in through this gate right now. I have to go across, and then I gotta turn right out of the other gate. That's what I gotta do. At least I hope. I think that's right. Go out there. Excuse me, folks. And then I gotta turn right. So right here. Yeah, this way. Here we go. It's a silver key. But otherwise a dead end. That's unfortunate. Imsim says, I was happy to find patriarchs of Constantinople before the schism saying they looked to Rome for leadership. When Rome spoke, it was final. Yeah, that was the case for basically all of the patriarchs of all of the churches. Even Constantinople, which was probably the most significant and powerful outside of Rome. And he asks, will we see the SSPX come back? I saw a video of them yesterday that mentioned they're planning on consecrating more bishops, which will automatically put them in schism. Yes, I don't expect them to come back. I expect maybe some of their members to come back, but that's a very different thing than actually reintegrating the SSPX and especially their bishops. That I don't expect to happen. Because the only way it could happen is essentially if they just resubmit to Rome. And I don't think there are conditions under which they would do so at this point. I don't think they are willing to acknowledge that, for example, Leo is the 267th Pope. They're not willing to acknowledge that. Even if they were to acknowledge Leo's legitimacy, it would require them to also acknowledge the legitimacy of all of the other popes that they refuse to acknowledge since Vatican II.
Just not good enough to take us on. Now you're gonna pay for your actions.
Got more if you want it.
Hi, Dick! What the hell was that? A pretty freaky from over here. Don't stand for it. Give as good as you get, mate. Oh, I see. Calm faces in a fair fight.
Oh, bitchin'. Alright. Is there more? Oh, you. Oh, there we go. Problem solved. Anyway, like I said, I don't actually see that happening. I don't think that they will accept the legitimacy of even Paul VI, or John Paul II, or any of the others. Right? I don't see it happening. Imsep asked, do you think it will merely be members coming back and joining other traditional Catholic circles? Their whole thing was preserving the Latin Mass, but there's SSP and other groups in communion that preserve it. There is a parish 15 miles in that direction that preserves the Latin Mass. I was there yesterday. We went to Latin Mass at our local parish yesterday. Like, there is no reason to be in schism over something that is currently happening right over there. Stop. God, it drives me insane. Also, look, the whole Latin Mass thing is, frankly, purely aesthetic. I will die on this hill. It is purely aesthetic. It is in no way. What are you pointing at? It is in no way more legitimate. Yeah. It's in no way more legitimate or even ultimately better in any way that matters than the ordinary form, the Novus Ordo, let's call it. It's just not. It's just, okay, the main thing is, the main difference is that people who are extremely devout now post council. People who are extremely devout will seek out the Latin Mass, and so there is a massive selection bias. If we went back to universal Latin Masses, first of all, the church would shrink, and that's not what we want. Second of all, Grace, that is a good idea. Emailing YouTube about this issue. Frankly, I go for it. They might. I doubt they'll do anything about it, but you might be able to get like a response that will tell you what's wrong at least, or maybe how to fix it. That'll be good. What? What? What's with the combat music? Let's just keep going, huh? Anyway, yeah, it's if we went back to the Preconciliar 1967 missile, or whichever, if we went back to the Latin Mass universally, the church would shrink because a lot of people would say, frankly, a lot of boomers, but not exclusively, would be turned off by it and would basically just leave. That is absolutely the case. And then beyond that, there would be a lot of Latin Masses that are said irreverently. Or at least said in a more mundane sort of way than the like solemn high masses that a lot of these people are, a lot of the FSSP people are used to, right? Because as far as I know, most FSSP Latin masses are solemn high masses, or at least high masses, if not solemn high masses, all the time, which is irregular. Like, that's wildly irregular. Compare that to how our parish does it. Our parish, Sunday Latin Mass, is 12 o'clock noon. It's every week. Weekdays during penitential season, so Advent and Lent. And it is a low Mass, except for high solemnities. Then they do I forget if it's a solemn high Mass or high Mass. I think our parish just doesn't do high masses. I think they just do low Mass and then solemn high Mass for high solemnities. But that's what we would really expect, right? We would really expect this your average everyday Sunday Mass to just be the spoken low Mass, which quite frankly is a lot less beautiful, at least, than the Novus Ordo Mass at the very same parish, at our very same parish. I'm sorry to say, but that is absolutely the case. I prefer our 10 a.m. Ordinary form Mass in the vernacular, said by the same priest, usually, often, at the same parish with a lot of the same people. Because a lot of people, like us, will jump between the two Masses every once in a while, depending which time is more convenient, depending on what whoever's feeling like, if we're feeling like Latin Mass today or not, or whatever. Hey. Never mind. Anyway. Imsim said a bit ago, the FSSP was founded by SSPX, who left when the excommunications occurred, wanted to remain in communion with Rome. Which was the mature thing to do, frankly. Imsim says, I think Latin will grow slowly and over time, but we need to make the ordinary form more reverent over time. Some call for what they say is the reform of the reform. Yeah. I am a little bit less antagonistic to Vatican II. Just because I don't want to be a mad trad. I think it's not so much the reform of the reform, but the what would you call it? proper implementation of the reform without the abuses that we've gotten. Buddy.
Well done.
Where's the dig spot, buddy? And I definitely don't think, as Imsim suggests, it's time for a Vatican III. I think the only reason there was a Vatican II, a Second Vatican Council, is because the First Vatican Council was interrupted by the Great War. Had that not happened, the First Vatican Council would have happened and concluded, and there probably wouldn't have been a Second Vatican Council. This idea that there can be 2 or 3 councils in the same see, or in the same place, broadly speaking, within like 50 to 100 years of each other is absurd in church history. Yeah, I think that's kind of ridiculous. So I can't go to Latin Mass because of D&D. It's 1 p.m. Mass, aka 4 p.m. Eastern. Ends at 2:30. It's 40 minutes away from my house. I'd have to race home to make it in time. Do the same, and I'm holding off on driving 40 minutes on Sundays because it's also gas is $6 a gallon. Good lord, that's even worse than here. I thought we had it bad when it was like 4:30, 4:35. I'll say at least our minivan is flex fuel, so that's a little cheaper, but still. Ooh, Teresa portrait. Nice. What's down this way, huh? Driftwood. Oh, this is where that is, I think, maybe, probably. Is that port, maybe? Yeah. And that's the other thing, too, is our Latin Mass is only long. Only goes to something like even close to the length of our ordinary form Mass. Because when it's our pastor saying Mass rather than one of the other priests who can say the Latin Mass, when it's him, he just does like 20-minute homilies, at least. So that's why. For example, it was Trinity Sunday, so naturally he went off. A lot. He went off for a good long while there. It was, don't get me wrong, great homily. At least 20 minutes long. I wasn't like watching the clock, but still, there's no way that homily was less than 20 minutes. Used a couple of only slightly heretical analogies for the Trinity and clarified that these are only analogies and that the Trinity is fundamentally incomprehensible, which I think is correct. That's also, and by I think that's correct, I don't want to make it sound like I'm passing judgment on this. That is, in fact, the position of the church. I'm not being controversial here. Not saying anything novel with that. But yeah, no, it was that's the only reason that our Latin Mass is long at all. Is because of our pastor. It's not a low Mass is typically significantly shorter than your average ordinary form. dodgy bastard. Oh, right in the nards. Okay, nicely done. Okay. Says, I thought it was cool how yesterday you guys said that D&D is basically grown-up playtime. The idea of playing never goes away. It just evolves from running around playing pretend to play pretend on a computer or a board. Consecutive threes we-rolled on the D-sexes yesterday was the Trinity reminding us. Yes. Also, I'll say about that, on that subject, this is something I've talked about before. I think I even clipped this. Maybe. Grace, thank you for emailing YouTube about this problem, because it's getting frustrating, you guys not being able to talk to each other. Anyway, yeah, it's, I've talked about this a little bit. This was a while ago when I made a sort of pitch for playing D&D. Oh, it's a hob cave. Okay, cool. I love that the hobs are profoundly stupid. Yeah, I've talked about this a little bit, right? That things like tabletop RPGs are and LARPs as well, for that matter, I'll say, are a way for adults to sort of recapture the kind of imaginative play that comes so naturally to little kids, right? So you can have little kids in large groups, bigger than any D&D party you can find, that are playing together with essentially a consistent world, an imaginative world that they are all imagining together, and that they can do that together without coordinating consciously or explicitly, at least. That is actually really impressive to me. And it should be impressive to anybody, really. Man, I missed them. Did I miss him? There we go. Do we get him? I think we got him. Oh, good job, doggo. Can I shoot these down? No, I can't. Okay, that's great. Nope. All right. Anyway, so from what I've looked into this a little bit, and this is mostly from a book called The Field Game Field Guide, which I've also mentioned before, where the author talks about he's a grown-up camp counselor, if you will, who works with little kids much. And one of the things that should amaze just about everybody is kids' capacity for imaginative play, and their seemingly endless energy to do so. Their ability to go and play and play and play in this immersively imaginative way all day without getting tired. And I think part of the difference is and this is something that he pointed out in the book, is neurological, right? Adults lose the brain chemistry needed. I need to shoot this one. Is this a gun one or is this a magic one? That's a magic one. Pink. No. No, okay, well... I don't know why that doesn't work, but okay, whatever. Can I go down there? I have to swim from over here, don't I? Alright. Anyway, so, he points out that it is, that the children's brains, when they're playing like that, have essentially a compound of what are almost hallucinogens, essentially hallucinogenic chemicals, in their brains that adults don't have. Right? We don't do that. Right? Our brains don't produce these chemical compounds, at least not under normal circumstances. And so kids are capable of basically experiencing a kind of heightened reality that grown-ups just lose. You know, and it's a tragic shame that grown-ups lose this, but it is just sort of how things work when you know your brain structures ossify. But then also stabilize, and then further develop, and all of that. Right? But to be able to sort of recapture some of that, in a lot of cases, for grown-ups at least, requires more explicit rules. Right? Here is the game that we are playing. Here are the rules to that game. Here's how the game works. Here's why we're playing it. Here's when we're playing it. Let's agree upon the parameters for this game so that we can all understand each other, instead of doing all of this at this sort of innate level that kids do it. And so I think that that things like Dungeons and Dragons and other tabletop RPGs, and LARPs for that matter as well, I think are a good example of this, or even like multiplayer video games, are a great way of stimulating that part of ourselves that so much of us sort of leave in childhood. So that is, I think, a great reason to play games like that. Hampton said, I still imagine Erica will walk by and you're going to be sitting at a tiny plastic table with your eldest daughter, wearing a Sunday hat and a scarf, surrounded by stuffed animals, drinking imaginary tea out of plastic cups, pretending and eating pretend scones. That would be my youngest daughter you're thinking of. My eldest daughter doesn't really do tea parties so much. Says I watch kids play at recess every day, and we play WWE, pretend to do the moves they see on TV. Epic. My eldest daughter is a bit of a tomboy. She's up and at 'em, very rambunctious. She does like play with stuffed animals and stuff, but doesn't sit still with them. Doesn't sit still for anything. So, you know, there's that.
Terrible. Ever since Reaver forced us out of our camp in Millfields, my people have been wandering the coast looking for a home. Those islands over there look like the perfect place for us to settle and live our lives in peace, but they're full of hobs.
I already took care of that.
Somebody should go in there and massacre them. Then we can live our lives in peace.
I did that.
Wonderful. Let us know when you've got rid of them all. The islands are just there. I reckon you'll have to swim, unless you have a boat on you.
On me? Yeah, no, I killed them all. They're all dead. Every single one is dead. Without exception. Oh, it wants me to go over there, huh? Alright, fine. Maybe I missed some. No, I've never gone swimming in a kilt. And I don't think I would like to. I might try it at some point out of curiosity, but I also don't want to do that to my poor kilt. So, I don't know, it seems like it would be tremendously difficult because it's thick layered wool and it does not seem it's not really designed for that sort of thing. Okay, is that all of them? Are there more? There... What? How do I get over there? There are more over there, aren't there? There's more here. It won't let me put my sword away. Oh, now it will, okay. Alright. They have a torture rack. That's nice. No. How do I get over there? This is interesting. Okay. Okay. Alright, I guess I'll follow the sparkles. Oh, I see where the sparkles want me to go. The undead hobs. Okay, that's that. Okay, Pepper Doggo, where's our dig spot? Right here? Yes. Right. Angel, do you want to leave? Yeah. Give me a moment.
Welcome to the sanctuary.
God. What have I done? Are we back? Shoot. Hello? Hello? Ah! Alright, I think we're... That was weird. Sorry. Right now, I'll be right back. Whoops. I'm back. Sorry about that. I assume she's got to pee or something. Or just doesn't want to be here anymore. Anyway. Grace is also clearing out her Google Photos. Okay.
Your special gift is still waiting for you to open it. Surely you've had enough anticipation by this point?
Summon creatures potion? That's interesting. Very interesting. Let's check on that new sword.
A new sword has been added to your collection.
A new sword? Where is it? That's interesting. Quester, complete 10 quests, increase shock damage. Oh, it's this one. Nah. Wolfsbane. Overkill. Kill 50 enemies with flourishes. Okay. Kill 50 wolves or balverines. Ooh, we haven't even encountered a single balverine yet. Interesting. 50 enemies at night. Plus 40% damage at night. That's not bad. Imsim says, can you explain the difference between a fighter and a paladin in D&D? Do you want mechanical or do you want flavor? Those are very different differences. Actually, hold on. How about that? Do you want mechanical differences or do you want flavor differences? Because it's very, very different differences. Different sets of differences, if you will. Flavor-wise, paladins are holy warriors. They serve a... Well, they used to serve God in older editions, but strictly speaking, in 5th edition, they serve a higher cause. Some kind of cause or calling above themselves. Usually that's a god, but not necessarily. So yeah, paladins are basically that. That's what they are. They're dedicated holy warriors. Whereas fighters are generic man with weapon. It's what a lot of OSR systems, that's like old school revival systems, will call the fighting man, which I think is just based off of earlier editions. That's what they called it. Where's the treasure, boy? I see. That's going to be awful. Back up here. As far as mechanically, fighters... You can think of fighters as being more versatile, but that's not quite always the case. A particular fighter is not necessarily more versatile than a particular paladin. Let me put it that way. But the fighter class has more options than the paladin class does. Why that is that paladins, in general, will focus on melee weapons and have access to spell casting. And so that means that they're going to have a particular kind of gameplay style that is going to be slightly gishy, so sword and sorcery mix, but only slightly, not like you would think of typically as like a hexblade or like a bard even. The fighter, a particular fighter, is going to specialize in something, because you kind of have to. just based on ability scores and class features and things like that, fighting styles, yada yada. But you can build a fighter to do a lot of different niches, right? You can build a really good skirmisher fighter, somebody who's moving in and out, who depends upon positioning and mobility, or you can build a really good tank with a fighter. You can build a really good volley archer, guy who stands there and just pounds arrows into the bad guys from like a half mile away or whatever. You can build a fighter who is kind of a support character, who's helping allies and is distracting and debuffing enemies, that sort of thing. You can build a fighter to do lots of different things. Paladin, it plays like a paladin. And I know that if you don't know how paladins play, that isn't super helpful, but paladins play in one particular way, which is largely support spells and burst damage. They don't have sustained damage, they have burst damage, which you'll notice from largely comes from smites. Now, as for the other mechanical differences between fighter and paladin, they're back? Oh, they just respawned because I started the quest. That's what happened. I see. Ooh, there's a spellcaster up there I need to take care of. Nice. Ow. That's it, right? Yeah, that's it. Mechanically, like I said, paladins are more burst damage because they rely on smites. Their smite spells. They're both using their spell slots to use divine smite, and then also their spells to alter the battlefield slightly. Fighters are the kings of sustained, consistent damage. Fighters pump out a lot of attacks, and most of those attacks hit, and those attacks do reasonable amounts of damage. Not a ton for each hit, but boy, they can just keep kicking it out all day. Of the two, I tend to prefer fighter. The main reason being that...
You've done it! Now, if we turn our caravans upside down...
Don't do that.
They should float,
Don't do
right?
that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do
Yes,
that.
I'm sure that will be fine.
Okay. Don't do that. Okay. Go back to the road to rule real quick. The reason I prefer fighter is because paladins have... Look, I really like the Gish build, which is essentially sword and spell. Right? It's the Gish build is literally this. Having a sword in one hand and slinging spells essentially with the other. That said, Paladin does not do that particularly well compared to a lot of other classes that can do that in very different ways. With that being the case, I generally would just prefer a straight fighter, or maybe some of the fighters that get some spellcasting, but don't rely upon it like paladins do. I have played a paladin both in some one-shot adventures and in one campaign for a little while. I didn't get through the entire campaign, but it was about I played through about half of a Curse of Strahd campaign. But partially just because the Ravenloft setting burns me out like mad. I can't do it for very long. Loading. Hillfields. There's a quest here. What is it? What is the quest? Oh, it's Demon Door. No, ew, I have to be ugly for that Demon Door. I don't want to. Not worth it. How about Morningwood? Interested in weaponry. Yeah, I couldn't figure that one out. Bored to death. Max and Sam are dead and bored. Ancient tome possessing phenomenal supernatural power. I don't want to do that, though. Peace, love, and homicide. Prove how evil you are by murdering someone and mourning. No. Excuse me, but no. I'm also not doing that. That's a really bad idea. How about Powerstone Market? The game. 3 wizards of a quest for a true hero. Rescue the princess from the evil baron. Why do I feel like this is gonna take an evil twist? I'll give it a shot. But yeah, I'm always frustrated by Paladin, mostly because you run out of spell slots.
Are we all set for tonight? I've double checked.
And once you run out of spell slots, you're a fighter without the stuff that makes a fighter a fighter. You're just man with sword.
Everything else? Hobbs, rabbits, wolves.
Well, better work. I got all dressed
But yeah,
up for
I
this.
don't like
Where'd you get it anyway?
that paladins are so
Convention. The
bursty.
seller told me it had been in his family for ages. His grandfather bought it from a bloke called Murgo.
Murgo, that's a cool name. Sounds like a wizard.
If I'm going to play a paladin, I'm usually going to cross class.
You wet-nosed, soggy-brained gamer geeks! You sad, cheese-faced nerds! Why don't you get a life and stop all that wimpy role-playing? Yours sincerely, Arthur.
Rude.
Your girlfriends. Don't bother because you haven't got any.
You have not yet used a single spell as Veranos. That is true. You can. You have a list. Also, keep in mind you do need to prepare spells. That is a thing you can do each morning at the end of a long rest. I have pre-selected some for you, but you can always... You can change those out if you want. Excuse me. But yeah, that is the thing. You can also just use, like, you could do what a lot of paladins do and just use your spells to smite. You can just use your spell slots and just smite with them. That is a perfectly viable paladin option, and you can opt to use divine smite whenever you hit with a melee attack. So, or sorry, melee weapon. So if you use a natural weapon, if you're say a lizard folk and you get a bite attack, that is not a that is a melee weapon attack. I think in the description. That's right. No, it is. It's to differentiate between melee weapon attack and melee spell attack. You can't smite on a spell attack. There you go. Sorry, that's the distinction. But yeah, melee weapon attack. Basically any melee hit you make. When you hit, you can say, "I'd like to smite," and then you just add extra radiant damage by blowing a spell slot. But yeah, I tend to prefer cross-classing paladin with a proper spellcaster. To both give some more magic options and then also some more spell slots to burn smiting. There's 3 good options for that, which I'm not recommending you do this. It's complicated. It's complicated. So serious word of caution before you even think about doing this. I'm not actually saying that you should. I'm just saying what I like to do if I'm going to play a paladin. For me, personally, someone who loves playing gishy characters, meaning spell and sword together. which, by the way, Paladin is not my favorite class to do that with anyway, but I digress. You can go Paladin Bard, which is an okay combination. It's not great. That's more leaning into the support role stuff. You can go Paladin Sorcerer, which actually does mix very well. There's a lot of really good, what's called Sorkadin builds. I've played them a couple of times, including in Baldur's Gate 3? No, in Solasta. In Solasta, I've had a Sorkadin in my party. They work well. And then finally, my favorite is what's called the Hexadin, which is my favorite Paladin cross class, which is the Hexblade Warlock and Paladin. And what you basically just do there is you just pump up your charisma score, because what Hexblade Warlock allows you to do is make your attack rolls and your weapon damage rolls with charisma rather than with strength. So you can use your sword and you can hit somebody and you don't have to use a high strength score to hit them or to deal damage to them. And then you can also smite using your your warlock spells that come back on a short rest. So you have more sustain, you have more spellcasting options, and you need fewer abilities, because Paladin's one of those classes where you need at least 3 main abilities, at least, to be even effective. You need strength, you need charisma, and you need constitution. Or you can get away with having dexterity instead of strength, but it's way suboptimal. You can do it, but it's suboptimal. Yes, you can technically hybridize classes, sort of. How it works is basically, instead of, say, taking level 7 in Paladin, you would take level 1 in Hexblade. Or maybe not Hexblade for you, or Warlock for you, or maybe level 1 in Sorcerer. So instead of getting the 7th level Paladin stuff, you'd get the 1st level Sorcerer stuff. And then your 2 classes are sort of growing independently. So each level you decide which one to take a level in.
I don't believe it! You're a hero! I mean, you're a real hero!
You guys look evil.
Salutations! We are 3 magi of great power! I am Madron of 1,000 faces, and this is Kaliv, Lord of the Fairies. And lo, as I have attested, there is a 3rd who is counted among our number.
Oh, for goodness sake, Mark. My mum wants me home for supper.
Fine. And lo, that's Jim. Now, Princess Frexia has been taken by
you guys are playing D&D
to another plane. Will you rescue her?
All you have to do is take this magic orb, and you'll be transported to the Baron's realm.
What say you, hero? Will you aid us? Will you aid her?
She is completely hot, by the way.
We're going to do this next week. We're doing this next week, because I feel like this is a kind of extended quest. What's this?
I'm sure you've all got a fair bit of gold in your pockets, so don't be shy about spending.
105,000. Powerstone storage. Jeez, okay. Okay, what's this? Antique Roadhouse.
Get it here.
The house. It's not a business. Looks like a business. Hole in the head. All right, well let's go to the market proper, shall we? Let's have a look around what we can find.
Bowerstone's finest items.
Ooh, all this. Blacksmith, huh? Should do that. 60,000 gold. 67,000. I'm gonna talk to good old Jeff here.
Prices may be high, but we do live in an affluent society.
Face melter, huh?
Maybe we can do a special offer for you.
That's cool. It's basically a the harpoon gun. What can you do with the horn and antlers you recovered yesterday? Well, if you find somebody who can do so, you need somebody who's a skilled weaponsmith and or bowyer or something, and a skilled enchanter to make it into magic weapons or something like that. Or they could just be cool and decorative. That's also an option. I'm not going to get this. It's evil.
But I'm sure you can help to make it even better.
Sword.
After anything in particular?
Slim quick. Line of weapons. Achieve notoriety for the counterintuitive way. Allows users to lose weight by putting it on. Make yourself fatter. Lose weight with each hit. I'm sorry, what? Iron Guild seals faster.
No better
Kill ugly creatures.
Sell me your unwanted items. I want to buy them.
What will it be?
Beastle. The Burnumificator. Burnham. One of Albion's great entrepreneurs. Bought the rights to this weapon, hoping to make a fortune. Sadly, he died before he could win success. Hard worker, 10,000 gold from jobs. That's not bad. Plus 1 gold per hit. That's not too bad either. It's not great, but it's not bad. I'm friends with 10 villagers. That's easy. Philanthropist. Give gifts to 5 players. Oh, over games. Jesus. Okay. Over live. Xbox Live, which... No.
We've sold swords to all the greatest warriors.
Yeah, none of these are really worth
Do you have
buying.
anything I can buy off you?
Hey, buddy.
Have you been to the sale?
My friend. So let me give you an example, Imp. The magical dagger, a magical rondel dagger, that Cassia got, or had made,
True pal, if you give me a hand.
from the last time you guys looted some Periton antlers.
Cheers.
Millfields, huh? Whatever, let's just fast travel. It was essentially what you could do is when you stab somebody or you threw it into somebody, when it hits, you can choose to let go of the weapon, and it would automatically deal a small amount of damage every round for the next 10 rounds. Or you can use, I forget if it was an action or what, to recall it to yourself. Now, as a paladin, I'll be honest, you don't have much use for a dagger, frankly. Like, you could use it for, say, a lance head. Maybe not that effect specifically, but keep in mind, these things are monstrosities, and it is the antler of a monstrosity. That, so this is a rather vicious kind of magical ingredient. It's also of a I guess primal sort, and so Basquiath's magical longbow, what it allows you to do is if a target is under the effect of Hunter's Mark, it gives you advantage against that target.
So you must be doing something, right?
Basically, I gave him a very special bow with that. Anyway, the big thing is finding someone who can make something from it. And if you find somebody who can make something from it, then... There we go. Then they can essentially give you some options as to what kind of things you can have made. The big question is, like for me, for out of character, is you need to let me know what kind of thing you'd like to see a weapon do, and maybe what kind of weapon you'd like to see with made from a part of an antler, or parts of an antler, or parts of antlers.
Hey, you got it. Thanks. Right then, we're mates from now on.
Yay, friends. I might buy your shop. I'll have 20,000 left.
I give hard cash for your unwanted goods on the spot.
No, I'm actually going to save up because I'm going to essentially monopolize what's it called? The other town. Let's do blacksmithing because we haven't. Use X and A.
No better shopping in all Bowerstone.
Okay. I mean, it's the same thing, right? Basically, it's another rhythm game.
Have I ever thanked you? Not
Yep.
the best, but
The
it's
rhythm game.
okay. Thanked.
Was
You
awful
missed a
too.
bit.
Conan's father's sword from the movies. It's the one that he's known for using, right?
So well, I just had to put the prices up. That's one complete
Or is it something else?
lie. One blade done. Great hammer work there. Melee weapons of all. You're doing a good job.
Yep.
That's a fine blade.
So the other thing, though, that I wanted to talk about before it's too late, I suppose, is a darker note in the news. There was another potential ceasefire announced with Iran, and then absolutely ruined once again by Israel.
Stop hitting the anvil.
Because that's how that always works, apparently. What seems to consistently happen is we
Except where you're standing.
about to die, gnome.
When will it all end?
Gave me a bit of a fright there.
There's a gnome. That should frighten you even more.
Other than begging.
Excuse me. Have you got the time? What can I
to
get?
get
Stuff.
Robert? I've always fancied that name.
You really should be frightened if you're a gnome.
I'd like to get to know someone like you, and then drown them.
Or you should be frightened of the gnome. Either way.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I hate you.
It is outside, isn't it?
Thanks.
It is outside.
Sometimes I just want someone to talk to. And sometimes I want someone to kick in the crotch.
Those trousers look... If you don't help me, who will?
Where is the fucker?
Can I help you starve and die?
We've got a wounded villager. Oh, can't wait to see this. Now that's what a hero should look like.
Whoops. Don't worry, it's just hail. You'll be fine.
Step one. Pull your head out your ass.
Where's this fucker? Maybe it's around the back.
For my money, men make the best heroes. Present company accepted, of course.
That was actually funny. The jest. Wait a minute, there he is. I think I see him. No? I guess not. Where is that little fucker? Total gnome death.
Thank you, shopkeep. Anything
If
else?
I had a friend like you, I could tell them secrets.
It's 82,000. I could buy this little tavern. Okay, I need to back up so I can see better.
I can't get it into my head that yesterday I remember and today I forget.
Maybe just your old gold coins, you know, the dirty, scuffed ones. You don't want those.
Cock in the crown.
Ah, you're a strong
Anyway,
one.
so yeah,
Not
the
inquire about the blacksmith job.
You know what I like most about people? They die.
Caverns and corpses, or fables and furies.
sorry kids to scare you, but I have a gnome I need to exterminate. Anyway, speaking of extermination, that's what that is currently what Israel is doing to Lebanon, particularly to the Christian villages in southern Lebanon, where they've been just sort of gradually rolling in, bulldozing everything, literally conquering Crusader castles. You can't make this up. So that's essentially what's been going on lately.
Big, strong hero.
A lot of what's been going on lately. And what's also been going on lately is that Trump has been once again made into old Bibi Netanyahu's tiny little bitch baby, is I think the technical term.
To a duel to the death.
By that I mean, Trump said something along the lines of, "No, stop it." He finally told off Netanyahu and said, "Don't do this. You need to stop. You need to stop attacking Lebanon, and you need to stop attacking. Was it Bahrain? Not Bahrain. Somewhere else where they're advancing, where Israel is advancing for some ridiculous reason, for the Greater Israel Project, essentially."
Well, of course we're expensive.
And yeah, they're so Trump has actually decided he was going to put on his big boy pants and tell dear old Bibi, "No, you need to stop doing this. You really need to stop doing this." He got on a call with him and said, "Hey, for this peace talk to actually work, you need to cut it out." And apparently, like, he was, from reports from I was seeing reports from Axios that Trump was basically cursing him out and basically telling him, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like, repeatedly. And guess what happened? Netanyahu continued to press the attack and said, "Hey," it was Beirut, that was it. "Hey, we're just gonna keep doing whatever the fuck we want, and also fuck you, and there's nothing you can do about it."
While my accomplices spent or gambled most of their earnings, I saved every gold coin I could to fulfill my burning ambition of exploring Albion one day and becoming a great adventurer, such as the ones whose stories I'd read in two-penny pamphlets and third-hand storybooks. More than anything, I wanted to meet heroes, though I knew their heyday had long passed and that the aging ruler of the kingdom was the last. It was the death of this ruler when I was 15 years of age that marked the beginning of a series of tragedies that were to befall my family. First, my eldest brother, Jason, was killed in a duel with an irate farmer, who also happened to be the husband of Jason's last sexual conquest. The duel was fought using pitchforks, and my brother, who had never done an honest day's work in his life, made the fatal mistake of holding the farming tool the wrong way round. It was shortly after this incident that the second eldest, William, was arrested for trying to run a con game by the wrong person, a passing plainclothes townsguard. He was taken to Bowerstone and was never heard of again. Then, my third brother, Quentin, contrived to accumulate enough gambling debts to have a price put on his head. Quentin's death I remember most clearly of all, for I was unfortunate enough to witness it. When the assassins and bounty hunters came to collect his suddenly valuable head, I did what I could to protect him, but no matter how accurate the shots from my rifle, nothing could change the fact that I was shooting peas instead of bullets. I had not yet been able to afford a real weapon. It is no surprise that the next to go was my dear mother, grief-stricken by the loss of 3 of her children. She left my father a drunken widower, though drunk only when he could afford it, poverty having made his attempts to drown his sorrows all the harder. While I did what I could to help out in his shop, employing all my charm and wit to become a highly persuasive salesman, it was plain that there was never going to be much of a market for novelty toothbrushes in such a small village. and one which had made such a conscious effort to avoid any form of oral hygiene at that. Soon, my father passed away too. Far more so.
I don't want to steal it. I want to
It was
buy
then
it.
that I resolved to leave Gunk for good, and to seek my fortunes and my adventures elsewhere in the kingdom of Albion.
We have some new things in stock.
Do you have anything I can buy off you?
I'd love a pair of gloves like that, yeah. Very stylish.
Can I not buy these things?
We should have just what you need.
Why can't I buy them?
Tar very much.
Need some help
We
there?
have the finest product in Albion.
Why can't I buy any of these?
Let's see what we can do for you.
Is there a good pub nearby?
What are you looking for?
Nothing, I guess. That's weird and annoying.
Really? You don't say.
Steel weapons are a thing of the
Thanks very much,
past.
love. Take my
The
leave.
modern hero uses
You
guns.
look really stylish
Always
in
a
those
pleasure.
clothes.
Oh, hello.
Now those are...
Dance for a bit. Make him like you a little. Tell me.
This is a restricted area.
Yeah, so the other thing...
What are you doing here? You better leave. Move it!
Where do I have to leave?
Better treaded in dog shite, that's for sure.
What?
Oh, these are good times.
Trespassing.
Rich, you can get away with anything.
Yeah, what?
You should be a model or something.
Why? Is it nighttime or the shop's closed? Is that what's going on?
You're the one what wanders round other people's houses. Well, don't.
I was
Let me buy your unwanted items.
not
Fair
trying
price
to.
paid.
What is it you need?
Potions. Summon creatures, slow time. No, nothing really.
Seen anything like that?
Can I come back in here? Am I allowed?
I buy stuff. Come back if you have anything else to sell. I hope I can make a profit on that.
cheeks for the beard.
Yeah.
Always happy to buy your unwanted items. That's a fine item. Always happy to buy your unwanted items. Come back if you have anything else to sell. That's a fine item. Happy to be of service. Come back if you have anything else to sell. I hope I can make a profit on that. I give hard cash for your unwanted goods on the spot.
I don't need more
That's a
wedding
fine
rings.
item.
Mirrors. Alright, what I need is a food seller. Might be out here, maybe, right? No, this is gifts. Oh, tailor. Ooh.
You must have blacksmithing blood in you.
Whoa.
Everything you could possibly need and much more.
It's all women's
Right
stuff.
here.
Practical print suit. That's not bad. I already have this. That's very cool. 20,000.
Pleased to serve you. I have the best shop in Bowerstone.
Yeah, you might. I actually kind of
Sure, I can help you.
3,500. That's it's not bad. I actually for once like the female armor better. That is a better designed armor set. That is a pretty traditional, like a it's a very hybrid form of different European styles, but it's it's a really solid 15th, 16th century, maybe 16th century plate set. Whereas the men's, this is a little odd. I think it's a little bit over decorated, frankly. And it also has what I was talking about in the previous game, that very triangular look to it.
What will it be?
Come on.
If we do a little dance, maybe I can get a nice set of armor.
Ready?
Yeah! Imsim says, I really think in a decade or two, US will view Israel in the same category we have Russia, China, Cuba, Iran, North Korea. Well, I hope so.
What can I get you?
Let's just buy
You can
it.
spend your gold here whenever you want.
I'm not going to put it on yet. Oh, and go on a big, tough quest, then maybe. This. Oh, tattoos. The tattooist. What's this? That's a house.
None of our needs
No,
are
no, no,
rusty, I promise.
Anyway, like I was saying, it's this, to your point about us eventually, the US eventually seeing Israel as a sort of pariah state. I think that's inevitable, really. And I think that they know that. It's just a matter of time, really. Let's see.
What's your pleasure? If I... Pleasure dealing with you. Excellent choice. Remember, no refunds.
Okay.
If the town is rich, the prices go up. Market economy, I'm afraid. Or something.
Anyway, though, yeah, it's I think that Israel is
Of wanting my eyes gouged out.
is perfectly aware that this is going to happen. And I think, honestly, that is why they are being so aggressive now to establish both their position in the Middle East and also to topple any potential threats like Iran. That's, I mean, realistically, that's. I can't think of another strategic reason for them to be pushing so hard on the US right now. Because they're obviously pushing too hard. Like they must realize that they are destroying their support base in the US. It really is down to.
You should go somewhere nice and peaceful. Like a cemetery.
It's just boomers. And it's not just boomers, it's a specific category of
We could be best friends.
of particularly gullible boomers who are susceptible to Fox News and propaganda and similar propaganda outlets. That's it. And they have to know that. But again, I do think that the only realistic explanation is that they know that their time of unqualified support from the US is gradually coming to a close, and that's, they don't have much. They don't have many other options, you know. Well, that's nice.
Who does your hair?
Get
Looks
this one.
Great. Thank you for your custom.
Anyway, it's interesting and a little bit disturbing to me that Donald Trump is still in support of Israel despite how angry he has been even vocally and publicly with the Likud government. Like, it's... I don't think there is any other explanation than some kind of fear. Whether that is he's afraid of something being released, it's blackmail in that ordinary sort, or again, it could just be that, hey, someone shot him. Remember? Anybody remember somebody shot Donald Trump? Like shot him in the face. And so maybe that is a kind of a bit of a message, you know? Don't step out of line or we'll do it again. Not even or we'll do it again, it's just that or this could happen to you again and there's no one who's going to stop it, you know? Like, let's assume that Thomas Crooks somehow acted alone and there was no involvement from anyone on the inside. And then the same applies to the CIA connected guy who is recruiting for the Ukrainian Foreign Legion or whatever. Let's assume that both of them were acting completely on their own, and there was no U.S. or Israeli intelligence connections or anything like that. No, they were just lone nuts that just really wanted to shoot the president, or at that point the presidential candidate, former president.
You're a real lady killer. Unfortunately for you, I'm just...
Yeah.
Watch out! The buggers!
Ouch, the sucker really smacked you down then. They're too...
Oi! Stop hitting us, you vicious!
Hey, no. Gotta stop hitting you. Anyway. Yeah, it's either just an explicit threat, a blackmail, or just an implicit, hey, you're actually vulnerable, and you know, maybe you should think pretty hard before you start acting against the interests of Israel, but then also the sort of U.S. foreign policy consensus, which, yeah, does in fact coincide pretty strongly with Israeli interests. But then you also have allies who, other interests who are allied with that cause for independent reasons, right? You don't just have, Jewish Zionists. You also have Christian Zionists. You have the various evangelical heretics and their sort of evangelical Wakanda, as Chuan had put it, which I think is just a brilliant way to describe it. Then you also have the sort of financial military-industrial complex. You got the Raytheons and the lobbyists and all that sort of thing who profit tremendously from, first of all, us sending tons of arms and weapons to Israel, but also our forever wars, including the war with Iran. So yeah, if Trump is going to go against any of that, he's going against a lot of very powerful people. And I also think, and maybe there's an element of he wants a big historical legacy. And maybe he thinks that, that stabilizing the Middle East and leaving only Israel standing will be a kind of big part of that legacy or something like that. I don't know. Again, I don't know, but it has to be something. Like, there has to be some kind of pretty extreme explanation for why Donald Trump, of all people, is acting like such a whiny little bitch baby. That he is utterly rolled over for the president of Sand, New Jersey. Like, the Jersey Mediterranean shore. Except gayer. Like, I don't get it. it is hard to find a coherent explanation for why Trump is this deferential to Israel, that doesn't rely on something like a threat. And man, if that is the case, that the U.S. president is being actively threatened and is thereby under the sway of a foreign government, that's that has some serious and nasty implications and repercussions, none of which are good. I don't know. We're in a weird spot right now. Politically. Geopolitically, I should say, I guess. Yeah. And I'll also say, relatedly, Donald Trump obviously wants to get out of the Iran quagmire. But I think he's starting to realize that will absolutely require him to say no to Bibi Netanyahu. I don't know if he can do that.
The heroes of legends once did. In short, I exhausted all.
Where am I anyway? I'm technically in Mistfields, but like, what? Really? Where? What quests are available here? Oh, it's the wizards, right? The wizards playing D&D. Oh man, I cut off the dialogue. Okay, telling the crazy story. Oh well. All right. Time's it. It's after 11. I should get going. I have to get to bed soon. So, what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to fast travel back home. Wants to buy potions. I can't buy the pawnbroker shop yet. I can buy the pub. Easily by the blacksmith. Lisa's got a gift for me. That's nice. He just wants me to kill gnomes. Gladly.
Whatever happened to that married couple in Brightfall? Do they still need help with their relationship?
Close sale. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to buy the pub.
Now that you own a second house, you can move your family into it if you like.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm in fact going to fast travel home. I'm going to wrap it up there for the night. Yes, Grace. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I was talking about the him being clipped in the ear. Which, yeah, I don't know if that's quite fair to refer to that as him being shot in the face, but like literally speaking, he was shot in the face. It's just,
Pleased to serve you. That's a good buy. Oh, you won't regret buying that. Hope you enjoy it. Hey, you fancy a trip to paradise?
Sure. Wrap on that, I guess. But yeah, I think that it's very strange, just in general, that
I'll never forget the night they opened this place.
it's strange to me that there is this incredible influence by this sort of combined foreign and domestic lobby.
Your money helps.
But it's also just, it's frankly quite blatant at this point. Which, that's the other thing. Like, you don't have that many people who are still like, no, Trump's a real boy. He's this is exactly what MAGA has always been about. Is going to war with countries in the Middle East and getting bogged down in a quagmire and destroying the U.S. dollar and all that stuff. Right? That's what MAGA has always been about, right? Like, you have a few people who are still doing that, but it's not much. It is not much. Those kind of ride or die supporters are basically the people who have a tremendous financial interest in doing so. The influencer class, and very stupid people, or just very profoundly uninformed people who just don't know that the war in Iran is going really poorly and the dollar is in serious threat of losing its reserve status and things like that. Let's, any of these we can swap. Swap. Oh.
I'll have a look. Oh, yes. This is a radical improvement. Well, perhaps radical is a bit too strong. Let's say marked.
Hmm. Can't swap
I
that.
can't help it. You're irresistible. Let's have some fun. Can't find some of the things I've been looking for in town.
Okay, yeah, let's go do that. We'll wrap it up for tonight, I think.
What you say we have a quick roll in the A?
Oh, there we go. I had to select it. Oh my god. Okay.
Oh.
Anyway.
Yes.
I appreciate the fade to black. I don't have to put up a bonk screen, but
I never
also,
wanted you so badly.
like,
Guess what? Your bun's
Wow.
in my oven. Who's a worry? You are.
aww, that was quick. I will say, I'm glad that the game doesn't actually like let in-game time pass to that significant degree, but
This is for you.
Dave!
Happy to be your wife.
Dave! Little baby Dave! Oh my god, he is so Xbox graphics. Or I guess 360, but whatever, still. Does he like this? I don't know. Yeah, Simp. Apparently I just skipped the 9 months pregnancy. That's a thing. Alright, little Dave. I'm gonna keep the name Dave, obviously. I might have to move the family into a different house, because this is, there's no second bedroom here, really. Or to at least a bigger house. Wait a minute, what was, oh. No, that's the kitchen, isn't it? Yeah, that's the kitchen. I may, yeah, I might. Let's see. Let's see about that.
How come my spells can't leave charred bodies? I hate the ratings.
Maybe this one over here. See, I wish I could like go in and look. Is this bigger at all? Hell with it. Let's go for it. Why not? What in the world? Is this a school? All right, I'm gonna rent this one out. This is not pair, first of all. Yeah, there we go. Why not? Okay, how about this? This looks to be the same size as my current house. What the hell? Why is that such a mess upstairs? Good lord. Yeah, that's a mess. Okay. Anyway, you know what I might do? I might do some vague house shopping off stream at some point. Because I do have to get going and get to... I gotta get to bed soon, frankly. So. Alright.
This shop is owned by an adventurer, you know.
It sure is.
Don't be surprised if you shop there instead.
Alright. Anyway.
You look really cool.
Yeah, I do.
really in the mood
Really,
to
really
shop.
cool. Thanks, Debbie. Alright, so I'm going to start wrapping things up. Sorry to end on a bit of a dire note, or a dour note at least, as to the baby, as to what we've been sort of talking about. But
Welcome to the sanctuary.
it's the world we live in, isn't it?
That appears to be all of the
All right, let's save and let's get on going. All right, so thank you guys for joining me. Have a good night, everybody. I'll see you guys on Friday for more Greedfall 2. If you didn't catch it, my newest stupid little podcast is basically a clip show episode, if you want, where I go through and I tied together some of the stuff that I've been talking about over the last couple of weeks and threw it together in an episode. So, if you've been watching regularly, you've heard it, but this might put some things together for you. So, still give it a watch, give it a listen. Until next time. Next time I've got some things planned. I might have an episode planned for in a couple weeks, so keep an eye out for that. Until Friday for more Greedfall 2, I'll see you guys next time. And remember, until then, don't be safe, be well, more importantly, be good. Good night, folks. Cheers.